Ladies and gentlemen, my name is James PFP. This is the Banjocast. Tonight we're using Dump 1090 and to good effect. We just picked up a track. Look at this. Altitude 37,000 feet within 25 nautical miles of St. John's. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no way that thing is landing here. Looking at a KLM flight, 602. Flight stats, flight aware, to look for the same flight. Last got an update from it about 20 seconds ago. Oh, it just updated again. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Only downside of this software is it drops the tracking data almost immediately. I can't go back and review it unless I save it raw and play it back later. My name is James PFP. This is Pitchforks and Flaming Torches. Pitchforks. Lol. I haven't turned on the chat room yet, but I fully intend to. I'll put the chat over here on the side. Let me tell you a little bit about Dump 1090 before I'm going to take a shortish break before settling in for the next several minutes, because it is getting very close to Square New Year's, which I do track. I do track it. You're seeing right now my special clock software being activated. Also in a terminal window like Dump 1090. Here's the KLM flight is now within 5 nautical miles of Signal Hill. It's just a little bit that way from where I am. It's that away. To the southish, 37,000 feet. Now the calculator, the clock is now running. I'll put a clock display on the screen. And that lockdown. You'll be able to see when the day turns over. Still have the flight highlighted here in the web browser portion of the device. Yes, this device is a really cool look. It's within 3 nautical miles of Signal Hill here. This is incredible. It's a little bit south of Blackhead and stuff here, but wow. I'm getting a lot of updates from it right now. We can see its speed. You can see it's wow, fireworks going off. It's looking for some pretty good pictures tonight. I imagine it's pretty clear out there tonight. Let's just keep an eye on some of the air traffic around the region, and let's not use flight aware. Let's use something else. Let's use direct data, I'm thinking. Just because I can, and it's better than listening to cabs. Listening to cabs is fun too. Look at this. I'll be tracking it for over a distance of 50 nautical miles. We're round about. It's not quite 50, but it's not far off if I use this particular line here. Is it a chord or what's it called? I can't remember. I'll have to look that document up again. All the various ways of referring to, like tangent line, I know really well. Secant, is that it? Anyhow. It is pretty close to the new year. To the Square New Year. I wonder how far downrange we're going to be able to track this one. I looked this up on this software here. This is the 75 nautical mile line. It just touches Terra Nova National Park. That's from Signal Hill measured. Easily takes in Clarenville, Random Island, Arnold's Cove. This is what they call the Isthmus on the way out to the Avalon Peninsula. The Isthmus. And it breaks into these 4 smaller peninsular regions. It's called Placentia Bay. This is where a U.S. base used to be. It's been 20 seconds since I last got an update from the flight here. It may well have dropped off the radar, the supposed radar. What I'm receiving is transponder transmissions from the aircraft and they're being set off by a radar reflector on the ground down here. Well, a radio transmitter sends a signal to here. It pings back in all directions, and I'm still hearing it. And I'm roughly where that is. I'm a little bit downrange to the south, say. But even so, it's been almost a minute. This is going to drop off. Bye-bye. See you later, KLM. I figure this might be a really neat way to spend a New Year's Eve. I'm going to take a quick break. And when I get back, I'll be here for a longer time. Open with SM.
If you want to rock, best listen to Doc. And if you want a girl, you better pick
yeah.
Merle. My country blues still blowing up.
What's the next one? Here we go. This is a Corblund song. Corblund.
Let's try another epic Wednesday. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jim. I got a banjo.
Want to talk? Want to chat? Leave me a message.
It's sung by Corblund from out in Alberta. Well, I was sleeping head on the bed. Son, don't you never put your hat on the bed. Cause if your hat's on the bed, you might wake it up again. So don't you never put your hat on the bed. If you do, shorts upside down. Son, if you do, shorts upside down. If it's upside down, keeps the luck running out. So if you do, shorts upside down. And never throw a match where it's dry. Son, never throw a match where it's dry. If you don't throw the match, then the grass can't catch and burn 3 counties when it's dry. And always keep an edge on your knife. Son, always keep an edge on your knife. Because a good sharp edge, that's a man's best hedge against the big uncertainties of life. Yes, a good sharp edge, that's a man's best hedge against the uncertain vagaries of life. But I never could sharpen no knife like the one who gave me advice. Said, yodelay, yodelay, yodeloo. Don't you never sell your old 22. Son, don't you never sell that old 22. Cause that old 22 shot to go for over 2. So you never sell that old 22. Aim it to the left a little low. Son, aim it to the left a little low. Cause that old line of sight fires high to the right. So aim it to the left a little low. And be sure to take the glass when you pour. Son, be sure to take the glass when you pour. If you don't take the glass, then the foam comes fast and runs from the table to the floor. And then you always keep an edge on your knife. Son, always keep an edge on your knife. Because a good sharp edge, that's a man's best hedge against the big uncertainties of life. Yes, a good sharp edge, that's a man's best hedge against the uncertain vagaries of life. But I never could sharpen no knife like the one who gave me advice. Yodelay, yodelay, yodeloo. Here comes the tricky verse. Be sure to put your horse away dry. Son, be sure to put your horse away dry. Because that horse that ain't healthy, of course. So be sure to put your horse away dry. And be sure to tell the bit when it's cold. Son, be sure to thaw the bit when it's cold. Cause if you don't thaw the bit, then the pony son sticks to the frozen metal bridle when it's cold. And never judge a man by his clothes. Son, never judge a man by his clothes. Hey, you got to look through the dirt, Lord, judge him by his work. Don't you never judge a man by his clothes. Then you always keep an edge on your knife. Son, always keep an edge on your knife. Cause a good sharp edge, there's a man's best hedge against the big uncertainties of life. Yes, a good sharp edge, there's a man's best hedge against the uncertain vagaries of life. But I never could sharpen no knife like the one who gave me advice. I said, yodelay, yodelay, yodeloo. Well, I never could sharpen no blade like the way he said. I said, yodelay, yodelay, yodeloo. Yodelay, 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 yodeloo. Yeah. Strict vocal control, that's what this requires, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. No need to give me the clap right away there, Sean. Do you? That's what penicillin's for, by. Apparently. That and having fun. my song list backwards. That's just in the mood that I'm in here. This next one's called 30-Foot Trailer. It's from what I'm told, is like a Kirsty McCall song. No, Ewan McCall. Kirsty's father. Funny thing about this song is, when I heard it in the last 5 years, first, but the theme of the song is very, very familiar, because I grew up listening to this kind of thing my whole life. Well, the old ways are changing, you cannot deny, though the days of the traveler is over. There's nowhere to go and there's nowhere to bide, so farewell to the life of a rover. Goodbye to the tent, to the old caravan, to the tinker and gypsy and traveling man, and farewell to the 30-foot trailer. Farewell to the cant of the Romany tongue, farewell to the Romany talking, the buying and selling and the old fortune telling, the knock on the door and the hopping. Farewell to the tent, to the old caravan, to the tinkers and gypsies and traveling men, and goodbye to your 30-foot trailer. Well, them old ways are changing and soon will be gone, and progress is a great factor, is bound to afflict us, and when they evict us, they'll haul us away with a tractor.
I really should have left the microphone on. I'm sorry. I'm gonna turn the music off. Let me kill the mic, kill the music. I got the footage from outside as well. I'm gonna let the microphone stay on. I really should turn the camera so you can see the flash out the window, because there's a cul-de-sac just to the south of where I'm residing. Flight going overhead. I spotted two outside there then. They were pretty high and they were pretty fast. I don't know if the stream picked up anything here. Starting to pick up another one here. I spotted two and I actually got some video footage on my phone. So I'll probably try to put that up here before too much longer. And just give you a taste of what the new year looks like. I walked outdoors at exactly the right moment in time, it appears. Bang, 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 right in front of my face. It's right in front of my face, man. I'm going to try to do this the old-fashioned way. The old-fashioned way. I really should turn the camera. I'll turn the clock off for a second. Where is the video camera? Filters. I'll turn them off altogether for a moment or two. The window there looks at the front of the house. I'll make the screen smaller. You'll see the flashes from time to time. So, while this is going on in the background, I'm going to upload a video that I just shot outdoors. Watching it to make sure that this is actually taking. You can see the flashes, I imagine, yeah? Haha, yes you can. Logitech crop. Here we go. Let's get the most out of the picture. I'll find the numbers again later. Pretty sure I used some easy to remember numbers. This is uploading as we speak. Here's an interesting point. We kill some of the reflections. We could also get rid of those street lights. How long were you here at the phone, huh? Haha. Much better. Virgin Airlines just came online. One file uploaded. Sweet. I won't be able to see here tonight. All the lights off. This one shouldn't be too bad, actually. That one's well shielded. Hey, look, Virgin Airlines. Pretty sure that's what that is. 37,000 feet. Cruising. Totally cruising. We're getting the speed and everything. This is in knots. Speed is in knots. Using Dunk 1090 here on New Year's Eve. Very first moments of the Squares Reckoning 2018. Might get a peek at those planes going over tonight. Dead south of us right now. Oh look, another one to the north coming in for a landing. Squawk 4701. Real low altitude. Maybe that was one of those two I spotted outside earlier. It was coming around for final approach or something. That might be the deal. But if it is, it doesn't remember it from earlier, so I don't know. Altitude 2400 and going, this is in feet. Altitude in feet. Altitude in feet, speed in knots. It's definitely on final approach. It's coming in on runway 11. No, 29. Here's the Virgin Airlines. Not going to be much difference in its transponder report. Obviously, they like their data. See, still reporting. 30 seconds since last report. This one's 10 seconds since last report. It's the radio the radio receiver. Sorry, the receiver I am using. Speed 121. That last report. That's touchdown speed. That's final approach for sure. Wow, we got another one from the Virgin there. The Virgin is well within the 25 nautical mile range limit, which I expect to be able to reliably pick up data. In really good conditions, I have received data well outside of this ring in the past, but I haven't used this in a number of years, so I'm glad to get it working like this again. I could conceivably send this data. Could conceivably provide this data free to various tracking services worldwide. We can see here on the local clock time is half an hour different than UTC. I'm going to make a slight alteration here to the cropping, seeing as I just reset that. Well, certainly that's great there, so left needs to change. Virgin just dropped off the radar. Hey, I downloaded or uploaded a piece of footage. Just shot it outside when I went out the door and put the music on. Let me get that footage for you. Just picked up another one. ABC 201. This one looks like it's going to pick up. Speed, this is going to be 37,000 feet or so, yeah. And heading, I'm going to predict this is heading westward. This one is going to be heading westward. If I get any more from it, we'll know. It's 10 seconds since we last got an update. I'm going to predict this a westward heading plane. Two of them pop up. Another one 34. The other one 38. I might be wrong about that. Also eastward. Here's ABC. Pack. Don't know what all these ones are. I could look it up though. Wow, there are separations in altitude. Look. the lower one going to overtake the upper one? I don't know. No, I doubt it. Looks like it's the other way around. IBK 1822. I gotta look that one up. I'm gonna look them both up while I'm at it. Virgin was in the lead. Virgin in the lead. Nothing on either one. This hasn't been updated in a couple years either. Maybe that's the reason why this isn't working too great. Norwegian Air International, IBK. What about that other one? PAC. New tab, please. Polar Air Cargo. En route, on time. Headed for Leipzig. Started in Kentucky. Pretty neat, pretty neat. It looks like most of the fireworks are over this year early. I'm gonna go to cam over for a second, cam only. I'll make this bigger. You can still see out the window if there's any fireworks, so to speak. Another one just came onto the radar here. Nice clear weather conditions tonight. Oh, this one must be coming into land. It's at pretty low altitude. And it looks like it's setting up to land, yep. It passed to the south of me. Trying to get this other thing done nice and quick so that I don't lose terrible much amount of time here. I'm gonna make a quick download from my Google Cloud account. Vid uploads. I'm going to play it straight through when it's finished downloading, and I'll play it straight through and it's done. So there's a flight, I can hear the flight passing. I can hear it as it descends. I can hear this flight, whatever this one is. WJA 328. Hey, flight aware, give me a WestJet. Right on. I can totally hear this plane landing. Never surprised by an airplane again if you didn't want to be. It's taken the last 5 minutes just to lose 1,000 feet in altitude, so it's leading its speed off. It's trying to get down to below 100 with its flap settings and throttle settings. This other one we've been following, I believe that's Norwegian. Looks like we just picked up another one. 31,000 feet, yeah, right up here. Unknown. 31,000 and at cruise speed. well to the north. Qatar, wait, yeah, QTR, look at that. En route, on time, arrives in over 9 hours at its destination. Stopping en route, would you think? Leaving Montreal, Trudeau. There's the landing pattern for that other one. This is Cape Spear. This is Signal Hill. Here's St. John's, and there's basically a landing path this way and that way. In a pinch, they can do it that way. This way is preferred for seasonal weather patterns. This way as well for the same reason. And there's also this feature on this side, which the main runway he's setting up for heads towards. Pretty cool, huh? Looks like most of the fireworks are over. I'll turn the camera around again. So, I've got my own miniature version of Flight Aware working. Flight Aware working once more. I like. You might be curious as what I'm using to make this work. Well, that's a good question. Software in particular is called Dump 1090. And it is quite interesting stuff. Left 73. Okay, yeah, that's better. Filters. I can hear another one. Top 23. Higher. Bottom. See at the top of the image there, the 3 different flights being tracked right now. Yeah, we don't need so much over there. There's the blue, there's the chroma key, there's a color correction pass, there's another color correction pass, there's my scan lines, there's my actual size of image, there's my correction for context. Put the chat down on one side here. This one's going to be dropping off, 10 seconds time. What about this one? ABW. Air cargo, air bridge cargo. From Atlanta, Georgia, going to Belgium. 747. I wouldn't have to see very many of these codes before I'd be able to figure out what the codes were for what these intersections are. I only had a quick look earlier on at the flight tracker just of all the traffic, and it wouldn't be hard to pick out the terms here at all. It's 2 hours late. Interesting things to do on a on a night like this, don't you think? Interested in what you think, YouTube. If you have anything to say or anything to contribute, by all means, the chat is open. I'm having a peek here. The final countdown from Scribe. I haven't watched Scribe in a while, actually. Yeah. A little bit late there. It's half hour late. Ooh, this one's going to be dropping off in half a minute, unless I'm mistaken. We are getting over. I can now mouse over and get the flight data without having it highlighted, like this. I like this program. I like Dump 1090 for doing this type of stuff. Now, this also saves me having to do anything in Blender, but because I can, because I just downloaded it, let me get that file. I really gotta remember these key presses. Yeah, because I resized this one too. I know. I know. No, I want this thing. Here we go. Got it loaded in VLC. I'm going to make a change or two before I broadcast it straight through. I was outside just as the new year turned. The locals take to it like nothing. They loves it, right? Thought for a minute or two maybe there was a gunshot going off out there. But it's probably my ears just tricking me. Probably my ears, right? It's just my ears. Here we go. So when I walked out the door, having started the music up here, that's a flight going overhead, or it's a flare.
Flying overhead right now, and it doesn't look like a flare, but it could be. It doesn't have a strobe light, and if it ain't sending a transponder signal when I get back indoors, there we go. It's heading almost directly east. Too fast. This was pretty high. Second piece of air traffic just passing the lights. Oy vey. Wow, I couldn't have timed it better. This stuff a year ago and 2 years ago as well. And I got a chance to use it. Background footage of a kind. Two-piece air traffic went dead overhead there. be some kind of record there in that stream. I'll check later. Crossover on the hill there too. It's echoing off every fucking hill.
Paying attention to the flights in the background.
Firing off over here too.
I can hear that one. No, this is plow. It has to be. Something's making a noise out there. Other than this.
Got some nice blue ones over here. They're coming straight into the wind. Those are being blown downwind. Just the way that they're hooking. Straight up over there too, look. Bang, bang. Time for coffee, I think. Espresso. Lighting up the ground over there. It's awesome. Can't zoom.
No squawk, but a flight name, MRise. What the hell is that? Doesn't give me a flight aware tab easy. Flight tracker. Talos Aviation Limited. Not available for public tracking per request. Not available for public tracking per request. MRise. Hello, Mr. MRise. Spotted you. Hey, 41,000 feet and trailing him. Going to overtake him. And with a difference of 30 knots, and this is a 25 knot marker, you can see the difference. If we were to track him for long enough, this one will overtake. Hello, Mr. MRise. This aircraft is not available for public tracking. Hello, Mr. MRise. Hello. Not available. And definitely in, like, well, it's close proximity. It's got the separation and altitude difference in it. So it's good. But it's higher and faster. I guess the consequence of going higher is you do go faster. Here's an interesting thing, yeah? Look at that. Would you call that an unidentified flying object? Well, it's not unidentified. B-A-W. I recognize those call letters. Been on one of those once or twice. Montreal, Canada. Montreal, Trudeau. To the UK. London, Heathrow. Look at that. The Qatar Airlines was right in front of it and headed in exactly that direction. Pretty cool. Pretty neat. Look at this. He's catching up on him. Because the difference in altitude and speed allows him to. Mr. MRise down here is not available for public tracking. But this guy's hot on his ass, one way or the other. Look, catching up something fierce now. British Airways going to overtake Emirates? Who's you be the judge? Update in lat long. He just dropped off. Bye bye, Emirates. Curious stuff. I should not be doing this without any music or something in the background. You're probably right.
I'm in with the phone, sorry.
I could set this on loop. I should do that to set on loop.
Going off every hill. It will be for the next 20 minutes. It's firing off over here behind the Shoppers Drug Mart.
I expected it for 20 minutes and it stopped quick tonight.
It's too cold.
It stopped really quick tonight. It's pretty cold now that it's cleared off. It was snowing earlier. Snow squalls blowing over. So that's the Newfie New Year. Happy Newfie New Year to you. But I ain't only a Newfie. I'm also other things. Make this smaller. Well, I guess maybe not. I'll just do it this way. There were lots of discussions earlier on today about various matters pertaining to cult. Things to say that might be that that it occurred to me to put down on paper and start throwing out there because I know other people will have already thought in some of these terms. So it's a good time to cross-pollinate. But I wrote the letter on 42 Threes Day. And I checked up my calendar earlier. Bye-bye, British Airways. It's nice seeing you overtake Emirates. I think. The British Airways. Open in a new window. No, cult thinking. What we might learn unified or together from the experience or the observation of cults in action. And in the earlier video that I posted up today, my main concern, as it actually was identified really clearly last week, is with the Joe Rogans and the Brett Weinsteins of the world, who seem to want it both ways when it's convenient to them. I don't know how better to put it than that. I don't mind with Joe so much. Joe, you might expect him to argue contrary-wise because the guest is in front of him and he's challenging the guest to put up or shut up in a sense by assuming the guise or the role of the antagonist. Here's the month of August. Here's a quick and easy way of remembering what I mean when I say like my version of a Discordian date. On 42 Threes Day, 1, 2, Threes Day, so it's right here. That's when I wrote the text that I read in the video this morning. The anticipatory note. Wrote that then, and I've been sitting on it. Right up until 66, 1, 2, Threes Day. So 42, 1, 2, Threes Day, 66, Threes Day. So that's how long I've been waiting to get back to that. And that is the second day of September. What we got here? 45,000 feet, also making pretty quick speed. This is following the pattern of that British Airways one we just looked at a minute ago. I didn't pay attention to what the British Airways flight was using for equipment. Is it using one of those newer, like a Airbus 380s or a Boeing 777? Is that why it's so much higher and so much faster? I'm going to look at this one. Definitely going to look at this one whenever it updates. Let's see it update. This is to the north. Here's the update. We've only received 32 packet messages from this aircraft. The packet messages, though, are what make up the internet connection between that aircraft and us. These are the packets purely interested or purely involved with the transponder of the aircraft. It's mode S. This is the flight number, just got updated with the last message or group of packets. We finally got one. A squawk number, which is sometimes obscured or not used at all. Altitude information, speed information, heading information, lat long information, signal strength, and the number of messages we're getting from it. And the last, how long since we've received something. So when signal strength is good and high, we're receiving something almost every second. Flight aware information for this flight. HBJRI, landed over a week ago. HBJRI, landed over a week ago. Using old data. It left Colorado Springs Municipal. It landed in Rotterdam. HBJR1. HBJR1. Who the hell do you think that is? HBJR1. I'll be goddamned. HBJRI. Landed over a week ago in Rotterdam, apparently. HBJRI. Wow. Just think about it for a little while. Think about that one for a while. It's 5,000 feet higher than a lot of aircraft. The 40,000 aircraft limit. 40,000 feet in altitude aircraft limit is really fucking important in terms of how fast you can go. In terms of what benefits you get because of altitude. But also the dangers you risk. Because you're going to be real visible at that altitude, your heat signature. The altitude in this case, 45,000 feet, the speed 550 knots. It's tracking at on 81, I think. That's its heading. Since it's tracking on 81, I could take a reasonable guess as to where it's going to end up from what we're looking at those flight aware maps. It's got to start coming back down this way somewhere. If he does it long enough, but I don't think he's heading here. I think he's heading somewhere here. Hello, HBJR1. See you later. I'm going to post the flight aware link in the description. I just watched this aircraft pass by here. It hasn't been listed on a flight since over a week ago. But it just passed here. And you just watched it. In fact, we're still getting updates from this plane because it's so fucking high. Mode SAC. I had AC. I had to put in a friggin' cool. Mode SAC. Look at that, motherfucker. It looks like the little bit of work I did today was totally not wasted. Squawks 3732. 20 seconds since I last received an update from that aircraft. Might not receive another one. It's going to be getting outside of the range for this time of day and the conditions. 30 seconds since I last saw HBJR1. Mother of pearl. Copy. Putting that over into the other window as soon as I can. I don't want to have it forgotten. What's this other one? Oh, we got another update from him. Look at this, man. It's a shame for me to lose this information. I guess the information isn't lost. It's being commented on and remarked and noticed, after all. So you can at least say, well, can we trust him? He's just provided all the information. You can see it on the stream. We're getting another Mode AC update on this second plane. Oh, he's going to drop off this time. What do we got here? In a new tab, please. Don't disappear. Oh, he's gone. Oh, don't disappear. Oh, don't disappear. See one more from... Oh, he's gone. Aer Lingus. Figured as much. His heading is much different than the other heading. That's why I say I don't think the other one is heading to Britain. I think the other one's going to curve with the Great Circle somewhere around this way or down this way. Might even be somewhere around here. You know, this time of year, you know. That's 2 exotic flights I saw tonight. That's pretty cool, huh? 2 exotic. Flights that haven't updated flight plans or haven't been anything like a publicly noted flight for over a week. I'm so tempted to look up what that is. I should archive this. It left Colorado Springs for Rotterdam in the Netherlands. Then it has to have flown back here and over again since. Tail number is its registration. Exujet, Europe AG. Explain that one, why don't you? Explain that one. Altitude 39,000. Oh, it's less than 40. Right. Civil. Bombardier, huh? Owner. That is pretty fucking cool. Yep. Execujet was it? It was the other attached name. Execujet. Funny what you can see when you know where to look. Don't you think? I hope you're having a good New Year's Eve and a good and happy and safe New Year's, YouTube. My name is jamespfp. This is the Banjocast. You're looking at something you might not expect to look at, and it's not going to be, you know, terribly entertaining a thing. I suppose it's kind of like train spotting, to be sitting here staring at a screen to see whether or not I'm going to get an update on flight information that I have absolutely no stake in whatsoever. But in this case, there is the outside chance you'll spot something exotic that doesn't normally get tracked. which I think is just beautiful. Hey, John Townsley, did you see what I've been putting up on the stream the last few minutes? Happy New Year to you too. You got a couple of hours head start on me, don't you? Townley. Sorry, Townley. Spotted a virgin not too long ago, which shouldn't be that difficult. But this day and age, I mean a Virgin Airlines. I'm using dump 1090 tonight rather than listening to any radio traffic of, mundane concern like a cab company or something. Figured for the New Year's we'd do something different. Oh right, John. Yes, Denver. You're behind. You're lucky. Your time is still to come. Yeah, I highly recommend. What time is it here? It's here displayed on the screen, actually. It's coming up on 1 o'clock local. This is UTC time. We're 3.5 hours behind it. 1, 2, 3, or 2.5 this time of year, isn't it? One a.m. local. I broadcast some more time to party. It is. It's I just broadcast the last couple hours, maybe hour, just about an hour. It's been an interesting hour. I'm watching air traffic go overhead as well. I've got my own receiver set up so that I can see what's happening. Just look at the link of the flight I just spotted there a few minutes ago. You can see the timestamp. You know how far back in time to go and see it. Talk about funny to notice that one. Spot it right away. I suppose that could be a camouflage thing, but funny. It is more time to party. I'm gonna go out and try to get another quick cigarette now that the craziness has ended. I will be right back. No. I'll be right back.
I could just do the dance too, it'd be awesome, wouldn't it? You got the cameras rolling? Yeah, you do, don't you? Bastard. That's me joking because, I don't give a damn about cameras. More or less. I do a lot of covers. But this is a highly derivative song, which is not quite a cover. It's called Mission Control. Got me a shuttle down to pad 9Y, topped the elevator up into the sky, jumped in the capsule, I dogged it down. Bet that can land the blue this town with 16 tons. It's a little bit much. Ain't got the significant balls for maneuvers and such. This one will pitch and that one will roll. But how do you read me, Mission Control? Got you 5x5, and don't you worry about nothing. 5x5, don't you worry about nothing. 5x, don't you worry about nothing. 5x5, don't you worry about nothing. Switch to Omni Bravo, don't you worry at all. Well, I went sometime on the Liberty Bell, 15 minutes with a window as well. ocean is throwing too. And then I swear that hatch just blew with 16 tons of capsule sunk. And I don't care what the rest of you thunk, cause this one will pitch and that one will roll. And how do you read me? Vision control. Got you 5 by 5 and don't you worry about nothing. Just 5 by 5, don't you worry about nothing. Just 5 by 5, don't you worry about nothing. Just 5 by 5, worry about nothing. Switch to one that probably don't worry at all. Well, talking outbound on the 13th flight. Strapped down the camera, sat down for the night. Question the hours, it's cold and dank. Man, it's stitched in the blue tank with its 16 tons of oxygen blown. And if I know if we ever get home, well, this one will pitch and that one will roll. How do you read me? Mission control. We got you 5 by 5, don't you worry about nothing. 5 by, don't you worry about nothing. 5 by 5, and don't you worry about nothing. 5 by, don't you worry about nothing. Talk to Von Braun and don't you worry at all. Cause it's round and around and around again. Yes, that's the deal in orbit, my friend. Which town will the bitch with tail? Riding my rocket down the gravity well. With 16 tons, it's way too fast. The heat shield's loose, I don't think it'll last. This one will bitch and that one will roll. How do you read me? Mission control. Well, we got you 5 by 5, don't you worry about nothing. 5 by, don't you worry about nothing. 5 by 5, and don't you worry about nothing. 5 by, don't you worry about nothing. Switch to Omni Bravo, don't you worry at all. Thank you. Ooh.
Reminds you of the map a few days ago. Well, it may remind you of that map, but I just looked up the flight that appeared. Just look at the link I posted in the chat. The flight aware one. If you can't see that flight aware link that I posted to the chat, let me know. Maybe I should get the information again here. I'll copy the link. I'll paste it and see if it doesn't work. Oh wait. Now no longer shows up. Flight invalid. Got updated. Imagine that. Still in the stream, I suppose. Owner, Jacobs Transportation Extrajet. That's the registration number that was on it. That's the tail number. No dash. I wonder what else is on the go here tonight. Don't see much else out there now. Imagine, I don't generally check the, how to call it, the flight tracker, but I did today go to flightradar24.com earlier on, just to see what the traffic patterns were like today. This is normal. This is what normal is for around here. I get an idea of what I might be seeing in the next few minutes, or what happened 5 minutes ago. Generally, it's what happened 5 minutes ago. I saw that one go by. I saw a couple that weren't being tracked. Not that one. Saw the BA one. I think I saw that one. Saw the Air Qatar one. Saw PAC. Saw the Virgin. Saw all these in a line. What's this one? But I saw two that weren't tracked, and that's one of them. HBJR1. Pretty cool. This is normal. I mean, this is what's normal for around here, and I can get sometimes out to around 100 miles. but depending on situations and what kind of the aircraft it is. It's a local commuter. I wonder, is this stopped receiving? Well, let's see. I'll run it again. There we go. Updating once more. Funny, right? Looks like someone got caught with their pants down for a few minutes because I totally found out an old flight. I totally got the old flight information from directly from the plane. The plane did not have its information updated, so I found out that its last tracked public flight was it landed somewhere in Europe, and all of a sudden it was coming back from unannounced location in the United States. This particular flight registration, this particular flight number or tail number. That's funny. This is one of those that must be landing. I'm not receiving many messages. It's a shitty signal. I'm glad I got that in the stream, though. I should stop streaming now just to get a clip out of that. Here we go. We got more messages from him. More information off of him right away. That other one's definitely landing. I totally got to get a cup of coffee gun to go here. I said this earlier. This is a good time for espresso. What the heck? It's a couple of months there I started, well, maybe a month or so I said, well, what the heck? I might as well, not so much splurge, but I might as well take advantage of the ability to brew a strong cup of coffee or two, as opposed to a cup of tea. Tea being my normal choice. So out I trot and get myself a little bit of ground coffee, suitable for the purpose. What I don't got tonight is coffee cream. I may do with what I got. And I do like a little cream in it. Anyone want to talk about Bo? Anyone want to talk about Bo? Now accepting resignation letters from Bo. Ooh, where's the next thing? Next thing is a drop of water. I'm not surprised in the slightest that all the information was wiped the minute that I noticed it. Not surprised in the slightest. Not too long after. Cafe. Or as the trendy say, cafe. I can see another lit on the radar from here. Sure looks like it. Oh yeah, coming straight in, huh? AAL. FlightAware. American Airlines, of course. En route, on time. Chicago, Illinois, going to London Heathrow. I forgot that was the call letters for O'Hare. ORD. I'll remember that. FNORD, huh? Chat back with me later. Okay, thanks, John. $38,000 feet. Is that one I got out? Did American Airlines one? It must be. Geez, going straight over the city. Incredible. When they stopped all those planes going to Gitmo. When they stopped them, John? Are you sure they stopped them all going to Gitmo? Seems like there's some disagreement on what exactly happened. I don't know, right? I don't know anything. Well, I only know the crumbs I pick up. I do know that I picked up some interesting crumbs earlier on this evening. Geez, not an hour ago. Percent done. 2 mugs. One for coffee, one for tea. And for everything else, there's American Express. Mm-mm. So here we go, FlightAware. Link a new tab again. Because right here, Mallow, Nater, just the Everin. Look at the decode on that. I can still figure it out. I should start taking these down. Yeah, 100% ready. Pour a coffee component. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Americano Airlines. Now, may I interest you in chicken or beef? Chicken or beef? Chicken or beef? That's a hot cup of coffee. Spicy meatballs, next aisle. You make coffee like my mother used to make coffee. Hot, strong, and good. Name the movie. Not picking up a whole heck of a lot else here. The big scale flight tracker, like the one that's tracking from all over the world, the one that gets all the civil data. That's interesting for getting a heads up on what might be coming my way. All the same, it's funny what you find flying under the radar, isn't it? Flight spotting. It's funny, I never really thought about doing it before. Takes forever. Lots of waiting around. But the satisfaction on the other side, quite significant. One on final up there. Got a Virgin Airlines one. In case anyone's wondering, yeah, I'm only operating a receiver, not a transceiver. All I'm doing is listening. For a minute portion of what this is, in fact, not even for what this is, it's for what is not here that I'm listening for. And I seem to have found two already tonight. Although the information or the proof of that, you're going to have to go back in the stream and see it. Good coffee. Gosh. Do I want to talk about QAnon tonight? There's a curious thought. I am noticing a pattern when it comes to QAnon analysis, and that is it is strongest among the religiously biased. Best way of putting it. And I recognize my own tendency to bias in the religious pattern, which is why I've actively worked to be more like a Discordian. It's not useful to be religiously biased all the time. It's not a popular message. It explains why the sticking apart. Being willing to stand on your own to prove the point. It's not easy. The other side of that Discordian coin, though, is that it is impossible to stand alone to prove the point. Not indefinitely. You must inevitably form some kind of arrangement or working covenant with the people around you. With even if it's only a small number of people around you, at least somebody. That's the only thing that really makes most of the miracles in the world possible. That's weird. Did they get mixed up? I hear some more fireworks going off outside. Air Canada Express. Didn't notice that one. Must be this one. Not getting enough of its data, can't pick up what it's doing. Maybe it doesn't send via the transponder form anymore. Maybe they've updated the way that they send their information, but not everybody has. Hey King B, how you doing, bud? Did you see the earlier part of the stream? Look at the chat, if you can go back in the chat. Go back in the stream to see what I was looking at 12:43. Well, it says in mine 12:43. It would have been over half hour ago. The HBJR1 time code. Go back in time to see that. How's your new year going, King B? Or is it hit you yet? What I'm doing here tonight is working with a piece of software called Dump 1090 to get flight tracking data available via radio broadcast, packet radio. Doing it over my own receiver and working against flight radar to get an idea when the traffic patterns are coming by. And in the last hour, I spotted two aircraft. One more hour. I spotted two aircraft that weren't on, or that wouldn't be regularly tracked. One of them explicitly said so when I went looking about it. The other one was the one that I've listed here in the chat, but this information, which hasn't been updated in over a week, it got updated after I commented on it. I should have archived the link. Funny. The last time that you can find out the details from that flight tracker by going back in the video. Assuming it's still there, maybe that get wiped too. One more hour. Ah, I get it. Cool. So you're like Central Time or something. That's the one I was watching. I'm surprised I haven't seen Virgin Airlines yet. Virgin Airlines should be appearing on my radar. I've been getting good reception all earlier on tonight. Maybe I'll try this. I'll restart the program. No sign of it yet. Virgin Airlines should be passing by. Maybe it's about here now. I might not get good reception until it's clear of the landmass, or getting almost due south of me. But when it does, she does. So this software is run partly by using Google Maps as the source, and by relaying the information which I'm receiving via this program. Yeah, I had fireworks and everything in the early part of the show. I had fireworks and everything while watching the air traffic. Watching it like a hawk tonight. I know it's going to be fun. I already saw two things that I didn't expect to see. I heard one plane landing as I was tracking it here. I was like, yeah. It says the link is invalid, but if you go back in the stream, just go back in time in the stream. You should be able to PVR it, right? Go back in time to when that link was not valid. It was still valid, and I'm reading it out on the screen because I display it on screen. I displayed it on screen earlier. After I displayed it, the guy who shows up in chat before you, he shows up. Happens to be Denver, Colorado. Huh? What's the chances? It says the link is invalid. Oh, it's invalid, all right. It's been made and invalidated, but it should have expired a week ago. It was last valid on December 23rd, December 24th. So the next time that plane is spotted, the database hadn't been updated. Couldn't have been, because I spotted it here in local airspace and heading east. It was last on the ground and tracked on December 24th in Europe. Which that's the 411. That's the skinny on that particular flight, and why I started posting the stuff in the chat. It's a weird one. It's weird, man. HBJR1. That's the tail number. HBJR1 is the tail number. If it had been only JKR, I would have said JK Rollings. I mean, I could go looking for the tail number. We could go look in civil registrations for tail number registration. I'm gonna look aircraft. Tail number registration. List of aircraft by tail number. You can't go back in the stream? No way. Maybe my stream got cut down and shut down altogether. Wouldn't surprise me considering the content of my stream earlier. Would not surprise me. You're gonna have to take my word for it then. Or maybe I could shut it down myself or try to do it myself. Aircraft number tail registration. Probably won't come up that way either. Not going to believe this. I probably won't believe this. You know why I won't? Because I can actually check it myself. I probably won't believe this. You know why I won't? Because I can actually check it myself. Maybe the PVR mode isn't working yet. It was in the first hour. It happened about 40 minutes in. Happened about 40 minutes in. Let me try it this way. I'm going to go to the actual watch page. I don't ever do this. It's only showing that you're watching as well as me right now. I'll just mute it for now. Yeah, I guess this is going to get totally shut down after I decide to stop streaming. It might disappear entirely, King B. This stream might disappear considering the content. That's weird. I thought DVR mode was enabled. I really did. Gee, that sucks. Funny, right? Funny? Yeah, it was in the first half. It was in the first 40 minutes. Pretty funny. I got to see it. I totally got to see it. There's the Virgin Airlines one. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all. That's why I say somebody showed up and identified as being from Denver, Colorado and said something about... reminds me of this map a few days ago when they stopped all those planes going to Gitmo. Whatever. It's funny that that's the story. I should stop streaming and allow it and see what happens. I really should. But I'm going to keep streaming for a little while longer. This one is going to end up this one is for the record books. The night that I decided to start a New Year's Eve stream, and then they decided to take it down because they got caught with their pants down. That's funny. To me, that's priceless. Money couldn't buy that kind of humor. You may never come back. Oh, I'll come back. Live control room. I'll come back. I'm not your average Joe. I don't think I could be gotten rid of that easily. By a little bit of trollery. I wasn't looking for ponage. I was only looking to see what would happen if I started looking, you know. Because anyone could do this. Anyone could look for this stuff here. It's not my fault if the plane's pilots or the people that are maintaining it didn't update the records on the plane itself to make sure that all this information got wiped or was, you know, obscured. It's not my fault. It's funny. It's dropped off. Bye-bye, Virgin. Yeah, I think it's highly likely I've been given a strike and I haven't noticed yet. Let's see. Any come from Colorado? Again, you'd have to go back into the stream because I'm not making physical note of anything. I'm just talking about it on screen. I'm just talking about it in the video, right? But yeah, I do believe actually the last place that the last place that jet came from back in December was Colorado. That particular one with the missing flight information now. Yeah. Seems like that might have been the one that came from Colorado, yeah. Weird as fuck. This is the current live streaming. I'm not going to go in any there like that. Info and settings. I'm going to go here one more time just to see something. Advanced. Huh. DVR got taken off. I'll be damned. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop. I'm literally going to stop for a second. Let the stream go down and do another one for Thursday. And when I do that, it'll be maybe an hour before the other one's ready, but it should be up. And if it goes missing, it goes missing. One way or the other, I know what I experienced. I won't be calling it a unidentified flying object, though. It certainly was not. And he come from Colorado. HBJR1. Hate to say that ExecuJet got noticed tonight. Peace indeed.